Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Molly Smiles and I like to play around with makeup. Am I a professional? No. Am I trying? Yes. But today I wanted to do, it's not gonna look exactly like a parrot, but I had to go get fish food from the pet store and I saw a parrot there and I thought, I want to do a look inspired by a parrot. Of course, it's not going to look like a parrot and whatever, but I wanted to do that. What a lovely necklace I have, right? And I thought, since I was at the pet store when I got this idea, why not hold one of my pets while I do it? Because, you know, who doesn't love their pets, right? This here is Pearl, Black Pearl if you're saying her full name. She is a black pewter ball python and she is, well, I have a lot of snakes and lizards, but she is one of my favorites. Shh, don't tell the other ones. Watch her bite me, that would so suck because I've never been bitten by any of the snakes that I own. So anyways, so the first thing I'm going to do, I've already put the concealer and primer on my face. I put the concealer all over my face. I put the concealer on my eyes as an eyeshadow primer. If you are not new here, you know that that's what I do. But I like to use concealer for my eyeshadow primer. And I am going to do one eye for you so that I'm not wasting all of your time by, you know, applying makeup. And then, yeah, so let's get into it. The first shade I'm going to be using the Morphe X James Charles palette. Looks like this. I'm sure you all know. And I'm going to be using the shade Brother. And I'm going to be putting that into this. No, you know what? First, actually, I'm changing my mind. Guys. The first shade I'm going to be using is Playground, the one right next to Brother. And I'm going to be putting that into my crease. Just brushing it along. So, have fun watching me do that. I'm trying to keep it like very much rounded with the shape of my eye. Just letting you know. Not trying to like bring it all the way up here. I will be dipping into the shade Brother now, and I'm going to stamp that right here and kind of stamp it into a way that it goes up instead of just like circling out, which I am not the greatest at controlling that, so this should be fun for me. Now I'm going to stamp it a little more just to make it a little more vibrant. I'm going to go back in with my brush that I used for Playground, and I'm just going to dip it a tiny bit in and just kind of even up this stuff. Now what I really want to do is take my concealer again, get a brush. Oh, where did I put those? Get a brush that's kind of like this. As you can see, it's kind of angled. Man, my skin is terrible to put things against because it's so pale that like if I have a pale colored brush, you can't really see the shape. Anyways, so I'm gonna take a very tiny bit of this concealer onto this brush. I don't want it to be too much. And I'm going to just kind of cut this to where I can get rid of the blue that's kind of laying there. Very carefully. Dang, I really suck at doing cut creases. Like, look at how crappy that is. Calling myself out already. Okay, that's fine. I can fix it though. I'm gonna dip into Brother real quick and cover up this spot. Got there. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a different brush. A brush that's like the one we used on the, there we go, we'll just hit that there. Hi, Pearl. We're going to use this brush, and we are going to dip into the color, figure out what this is, B. And if you can guess what color this is, bright yellow one. I'm gonna dip into that and I'm going to put it onto my eyelid where I just cut that crease. And I'm gonna stamp it down rather than drag it across because I want it to be vibrant. I don't know if this is gonna give you Parrot vibes, but I hope it at least looks good. I really, really, really would like to, might sound like weird phrasing, but I really want to marry these two colors together. You know, like, y'all need to become like one. Okay. I'm gonna dip back into Playground and kind of fix this blue right here without hopefully touching the yellow. Dip into Brother just to... Where'd you go? Are you camera shy? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do the other eye, so I don't bore you with that. I'm gonna do stuff on the bottom right here, but I need to do my foundation and everything first. So I'm going to go do my other eye for you off camera and get all my foundation stuff on and then come back and finish the eye. Okay, now I have both eyes done. I did my... Really? Was that necessary? I did my foundation, which I used the Fit Me Matte Poreless Normal to Oily, well, I guess it's Fit Me Foundation by Maybelline New York. Ooh, what was my light doing just then? And then for my concealer, I don't know if you might have guessed, but I mean not concealer, my contour. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Bon for her foundation stick. Then I used my 16-hour camo concealer for my concealer. And sorry if my nose contour looks insane, just bear with me. And then I did my eyebrows. I used, again, as you may have guessed, Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. What is my camera doing? In the shade Granite. There we go. Maybe that'll work better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I actually really like the way that this is looking. Now what I'm going to do on the bottom lash line is I'm going to go from dark green to light green. Okay, I don't know why my stuff is doing that. So I'm going to, let me see, get a brush and dip into the shade. I think it's called Daddy, and it's this dark green shade, and I'm going to put that on the outer lower lash line. I hate that my nose does that. It just looks terrible. Sorry guys, I've got terrible skin, I guess. Or terrible skills, one or the other. So now I'm going to dip into the shade that's right next to Daddy, and it is called Social Blade. And that is this shade, and I'm going to bring it to the rest of the eye. So up close you can see the lime green, but from far away it just kind of can't really see it that well. So that's fine. At least it's there, right? So I'm going to replicate that on the other side. Give me a second. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into the white shade that he has from this palette. And that shade is Flashback. And I'm going to put, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. It's the only white shade in the palette. But I'm going to be using that, and I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. as if it was like eyeliner. How will I do this? Oh, I think I'm going blind. That's fun. Cool. Okay, well, that didn't really make much of a difference, but okay, cool. So now I will come back to the eyes. Now I want to do my blush. I'm going to dip into, I'm using the Wander Beauty Trip for Two Brush and Bronzer Duo, and I'm going to dip into Daiquiri very lightly. I don't want my cheeks to be super, super pink. Pearl's just hanging out, happy to be here. Or the opposite of what I wanted to do, which is not make it too pink, and then this side's like, bam! Are you sunburnt? Are you blushing? What's going on? I don't know why I did that voice, I'm sorry. Forgive me. So now I'm gonna do my highlight, and I'm going to use the Morphe palette again, and use the shade, use the shade Ring Light to highlight my cheeks, which is this shade. That might be a mistake, but we'll find out. So that is my blush and highlighter. Probably the most tame highlighter you'll ever see me use on this channel, because guess what? I like to sparkle, I like to shine, I like to look like I'm from outer space or the Tin Man, you name it. Whatever insults you want to throw at me, yeah, I got it. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna go off camera and do my eyeliner, because Lord knows I take forever to do that. And then I'm also going to put mascara on and probably apply a pair of lashes, and then I'll come back for the lips. Okay, so I actually decided against doing lashes, so I just put mascara on. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills, what's it called? Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. And I decided that since I didn't get any red in there, because for some reason I think of red too, that I would do a nice little red lip. Also, I feel like I ruined the look with my eyeliner, but we're not going to talk about that unless you really, really want to. So I'm going to start lining my lips with Illamasqua. Sorry if I said that wrong. We already know, and the color is Lust. So I'm going to line my lips, and then hopefully not have a terrible look at the end of this. Cool. Now I'm going to take my Trestique with the primer inside. I look like a clown. In the shade English Rose. Why don't you just leave it like this? This looks fantastic. Well, okay. So now the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove Pearl for this, just because I don't want to get this on her. I'm going to put her next to me away from this setting spray, and I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, setting my face. Okay. So that is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you liked getting to see my little friend, Pearl. She sat so good for the video. She just sat so still around my neck, like she was just chill. And I really hope y'all have a wonderful week. And I will see y'all. Say bye-bye, Pearl. Say bye. Oh, you're going to me. Yep. I will see y'all next time. Oh, and please don't forget to subscribe. Good girl. Good girl. Can you say bye-bye?